All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How is everybody doing this evening? Hoping it's all the best. Welcome to Maximize Your Business Potential, Leveraging Business Credit Cards for Smart Tax Payments. This is a special webinar brought to you by NCB in collaboration with Visa, Mid-Island Corporate Services Limited, and Tax Administration Jamaica. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Kalila Reynolds. I am a business and finance journalist and CEO of Money Media. And as you may know, probably the reason you're here today is because tax season is here. Tax season is in full effect, full swing. Your taxes are due in about 3 weeks. March 15, the clock is ticking, and I'm sure you want to know how to ensure that you can be compliant, pay on time, and maximize smart tax payments for you, leverage business credit cards, among other things. So we have a lot of great presenters this evening. We have Cardia Cephas from TAJ, who's going to be talking about the importance of being compliant. We're also going to be talking about the benefits of paying with commercial credit cards. We'll be looking at simplifying your tax filing process, which I'm sure many of you are interested in. And we'll also be giving you some commercial solutions from NCB. But before we go into all of our presentations, I want you to tell me where you're joining us from. Let me know in the chat, where are you joining us from this evening? What part of Jamaica or what part of the world? Because I know some of you out there in the diaspora, you still have to file taxes back home. Let me know in the live chat, where are you joining us from this evening? And also, if you have any questions, make sure that you utilize that chat feature as well. Now, I have great news for you. We do have a giveaway. So we're starting things off with a bang, starting things off in a very fun way with a giveaway. And this giveaway is going to be for the first person that joined the webinar. So we're going to announce the winner of the giveaway shortly. But the first person who joins this webinar this evening is gonna win a lovely prize. And I also want to stay tuned to the end because we'll be doing a second giveaway. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Well, at this time, without further ado, let me introduce our very first speaker. Her name is Cardia Cephas. She is a taxpayer education officer at Tax Administration Jamaica. And so she's with TAJ's Taxpayer Education Unit, which educates the public with a view to increase the level of compliance, of voluntary tax compliance. That's important. Ms. Cephas has over 15 years experience in the field. She's a graduate of the University of the West Indies and holds a bachelor's degree in Spanish, as well as a postgraduate degree in modern language and education. And she's going to be speaking on the importance of being tax compliant.
Thank you, Kalila. Good afternoon, everyone. And today, it is my pleasure from Tax Administration Jamaica to be partnering with NCB. We have been partnering with NCB for quite a long time. And as such, we are grateful for such opportunity. So we were able to share with our audience today on how to be tax compliant while paying with your NCB credit cards. All right, for my presentation, I will be sharing the presentation with you. I will be. All right, is everyone seeing my presentation? Hopefully everyone is online. All right, so today we will be looking at tax compliance, e-services, payment options, and due. At the end of this discussion, I want our participants or audience to understand the Jamaica tax system, due dates for filing returns, implications of late filing, implications of non-filing, and also our payment options. What is tax compliance? So tax compliance is the degree to which a taxpayer complies with Jamaica's tax laws. And in simple terms, it means filing and paying on time. What system do we operate here in Jamaica? So for Jamaica, we operate a self-assessment tax system, which gives greater control. So what I can say for you audience is that you have control in your hand. You are responsible to calculate, file and pay your taxes at the specified times set by the revenue authorities. And what can we say? We're in the height of our tax season, and our due dates for all income tax returns will be due on or before March 15. We urge everyone to come on board, file on time, and that you can always stay compliant. So you're going to file on time, you're going to pay on time as well. All right. So when we look at the income tax returns for self-employed persons, we're looking at the S04 and the S04A. We're looking at partnerships, PIT, the limited liability companies, which is CIT. IT12 would be for charities, and IT15 for companies operating on the special economic zone. Also, we look at GCT as well as being compliant. So for your GCT returns, so for taxpayers who have been registered for GCT, your return is normally due on or before the last working day of the following month for which the taxable period. All right? Failure to comply. We want you to stay compliant. So we're going to go ahead and give you some details on what really happens when you don't file on time or when you don't comply. All right, so penalties and interest will accrue, and that's for late filing of returns and also late payments. So we'll have interest accruing on the account. We have demand notice being issued by our officers, and that's for outstanding returns as well as outstanding liabilities. Assessments raised, and we know assessments being raised, especially for GCT, if you have actually not filed within the time specified or outside of the 30 days past the due date. Court action is one of our enforcement tools that will be levied on persons who fail to comply. Late filing of returns and penalties that will accrue for the late filing of the income tax returns would have been $5,000 per month until the return is filed. So it's an accumulation. So we urge you file on time. So we want you to avoid the penalty, also avoid the interest that will accrue in regards to the penalty and also the payments that you would have outstanding. We operate at the 16.632% per annum. And as you know, it would have been a portion in regards to the amount of days you have filed or paid late. For non-submission or the non-filing of the returns, we also have our processes where demand notices may be issued. The assessments being raised for the GCT and the court action. So these are for non-filing as well. So we have for late filing as well as for non-filing. Non-filing of returns, and I don't want to scare you. Yes, it is a criminal offense and you can be charged in the court of law, where you would have filed the return, and if there's any liability on the return, if you have any payments to make and you are outstanding, if you are taken to court for that, we consider that as a civil matter because it can be handled, negotiation can be made, and payment arrangements can be had. All right, so we urge you not to end up in the court, right? Okay, we just want to keep you in line in terms of the behavioral pattern. We want our taxpayers to be compliant. All right, and how do we do this? So when we look at our enhanced payment options, we have a new beginning. What is a new beginning, right? We also look at, in order to make it easier for clients to meet their filing and payment obligations, TAJ is constantly improving existing service options while we are exploring new service options. So we have listened when our taxpayers are speaking, and what we do, we continue to serve you. And what we do is changing the way we do business. So we continue to explore new options while we improve the ones that we have. Also, what is the purpose? So we look at the purpose of paying. We want to encourage compliance. We want to give that greater convenience to you to pay your taxes, to accept electronic bank transfer for payments from local banks, to accept wire transfers from overseas banks. How is this done? In order for you to actually utilize that convenience, we ask that persons must be registering for e-filing and payment. All right, so this can happen on a dual purpose, because persons must first have a Jamaica tax portal to log in and make payments, as well as register to file returns. So it's like a twofold. What you do, you log into the website, which is the www.jamaicatax.gov.gm. Create your account there. And if you come into the office, we can allow you to complete the application form and then register you for e-services. When you have registered, now you will have access to file and pay online. We have our online, where you'll be able to just visit our website, create the online account, and you're going to register for e-services. So this can be done within the comfort of your home. Once you complete the online application after creating that tax portal login or the username, you will be able to now register for e-services. And we now have our procedure in terms of completing the form, uploading your ID, and just you hit the submit button. Once it comes into us at TAJ, your application is processed virtually, and you will be notified that you are registered for e-services. Also, if you need any assistance while conducting this process, you can reach out to our customer care line at 1-888-TAX-HELP, and that's 1-888-829-4357 to be registered. What are the benefits of e-filing? In this virtual world, this globalized world, persons are actually working probably here in Jamaica. You have to be in and out of the country. We don't want that there's going to be any hindrance or any preventative method that you cannot file or pay your taxes. So what it does is that you will be able to file and make your payments anytime, anywhere, 24/7, within the comfort of your home, within any convenience, right? It eliminates the need to visit the office to submit tax returns. It saves time. So you don't have to come and join the line to say, hey, I have to get in and I want to make payments and I want to actually file my return. You have everything at your fingertips. It reduces paperwork as well, and it allows view of your account summary. So we go through some of the services that we have offered in terms of how you will be able to file and pay on time. So our payments, mainly traffic ticket payments, property taxes, motor vehicle fitness, driver's license renewal, raised taxes, motor vehicle registration, and we still have domestic taxes. Those are for the accounts registered on our raise, and that is our internal system, right? Just a point to note as well, in terms of making payments such as traffic ticket payments, property taxes, motor vehicle fitness, driver's license renewal, and motor vehicle registration renewal, you may opt just to create an account online. So if you have created an account online and not registered for e-services, then you will have this limited benefit. So you can actually create the account online, so you will be able to make payments for any of these as just mentioned. For raised taxes, you will have to be registered, so you will be able to file and pay your taxes online and on time. Our payment options. So for inline, if you opt to come to the office, because we know that person still want to come to the office to see what it's like, I want to take a walk down to the office to see what I can do there. It is always your option. So taxpayers may visit the office to make various payments using their NCB Visa, debit card, or your credit cards. Utilizing your card will actually be beneficial to you. All right, online as well, our taxpayers may utilize the option of making payment online for various tax types and fees. and the tax types and fees just previously mentioned, you are allowed to make those payments, all right? When we look at more options, we look at our bill payment option, and this is available to NCB customers, right? Debit, credit card, payment option, accessible in rates by all our taxpayers. Direct funds transfer option available to all customers. So NCB customers make use of this option here where you'll be able to make your payments through NCB. And those are for accounts managed by the Raise platform, right? And we look at our bill payment, the NCB bill payment. What it does is encourage the NCB customers to utilize that bill payment option. And what are the requirements? So TAJ, you're going to add TAJ as a payee on your online banking platform. You're going to add TAJ as the account type as well. Add TAJ as well as the branch. And when we're talking about the branch, if you have registered a company, which we know that the company's TRN commences with a 0. But if it's just one company and you don't have any branch, at the end of that 9 digits, which is called the TRN, you will have the branch, which is either 0000. If you have more than one branches, say I have a branches by the name of Cordia Cephas Limited, and I have one in Halfway Tree, one in downtown, one in Montego Bay. I will have to register all of these branches. I may have a 001 at the end, a 002, because what it does is differentiate the location for the branches, all right? So when it comes on to branch, this is where you will add. Either you add a 001, 002. For self-employed persons, you may add 001 or 002 for which your TRN would have been upgraded when you are registered at the company's office, whatever business you have registered. If you have more than one branches, then you need to add the different branches. And that's the 4 digit at the end of your 9 digit TRN, okay? We look at our direct funds transfer as well. So the customers will be able to use this direct funds transfer option. What are you required to do? Is you're required to generate that direct funds transfer number in Raise. So persons who are logged in, who are registered for e-services, if you opt to make that transfer, what your requirement is that you will need to log into your account, log into your TAJ account, and then you're going to create that payment advice. And that is how you would have required the amounts to be allocated on our system, right? What you do is record that DFT along with the digits in your memo field on your online banking platform, right? So this is how it is done. So when you log into your NCB online account, then you'll be able to add this when you're doing the transfer over to Tax Administration Jamaica. It includes the DFTN in the information to the bank to effect the transfer to Tax Administration Jamaica. What are the benefits to the clients though? Yes, it's beneficial. So the date of the payment using direct funds transfer will be the date of the transfer, and it is credited to TAJ on that same day, all right? Also, clients will be able to generate an official receipt online at any time. So we have that option online where you're going to log into TAJ's account, and that's your TAJ portal, and you'll be able to generate your receipt. So no need to come into the office to pick up a receipt anymore. All right. You'll be in full control of the data entry regarding direction and allocation of your payment. So you see, we're actually giving you greater control. No direct banking advice needed. No need to retrieve your manual payments from the office. And also, the date of payment is the date of funds transferred is confirmed in our account at Tax Administration Jamaica. And I know this would have been quite a wholesome for you, but also what I want you to understand is the importance of being tax compliant, because there's no need to even come into the office to apply for a tax compliance certificate. Once you are compliant, you'll be able to log into your account, your TAJ account, and you can apply for your tax compliance certificate. It's processed by us, and you can retrieve that certificate within your portal. So you can retrieve it virtually. All right. Also, a point to note for all employers who are logged in right now, you have that option in terms of getting the benefit of the employment tax credit. And that is when you file and pay your statutory on time. This is a benefit that you would have received in regards to the income tax that you would have been paid. So the income tax that would have been levied after your calculations are done, you will be able to access up to 30% once you pay your statutory on time. So I'm giving this information to you so you know that when knowledge is power, you want to access these benefits, right? And also at TAJ, we're always urging you to stay compliant. You can always reach us at our tax helpline, which is 1-888-829-4357, or at taxhelp@taj.gov.jm. You can find us on our webpage, www.jamaicatax.gov.jm, or on our Facebook page at Jamaica Tax. You can always tweet us as well at Jamaica Tax. And this is the end of my sharing with you today. And I'm going to leave all the questions now for Kalila to manage. All right, back to you, Kalila.
Thank you very much, Cardia. So I believe the webinar chat is now enabled, but if you're having difficulty with the webinar chat, you can always use the Q&A section here on Zoom. And if you're tuning in from on YouTube, you can also use the live chat feature over there on YouTube as well. I don't see any comments in the live chat on YouTube just yet. I do see a couple of comments in the Q&A section. One was Horace just saying that he's joining from Montego Bay. And then the other one is a question from Kenrick, not specific to what you raised. I'm not sure if you can answer this question, Cardia, but it is a question for TAJ. So Kenrick Sinclair says, I'm a new company, recently set up my employee on TAJ. He went and checked with NHT to see if I was paying his monthly contributions. However, they said I wasn't paying it. I have the monthly payment receipt that was paid on TAJ. Why isn't it paid over to NHT?
All right, so let me just clear the air for you. Once you have registered your payroll accounts, your requirement will be for you to file and pay, and that would be on or before the 14th of the following month for which the salary was paid in the previous month. Once you would have made your payments on our TAJ platform, it will automatically be reflected on the NHT platform because it's a platform that we share. So we know that once the payment is there, what we urge you to do, if you're having any problems in regards to not showing on your TAJ account to say that this amount was actually effected, then you need to reach out to us. If there's a problem, we'll be sure to handle and fix the matter for you.
All right, next question comes from Kimberly, and I can see that the chat section is now up and running. So shout out to those in the chat. Akiba in Connecticut, Davian is in the Dominican Republic. So we do have our diaspora people tuning in. Next question is from Kimberly, who says, kindly provide some more clarity on the employer tax credits.
All right, not a problem. So for employment tax credit, which is the ETC, you must be filing and paying your monthly statutories on time. And that is you at each month, what you will do is to calculate the statutories from your employees and also add that matching portion from the employer that is to be declared to Tax Administration Jamaica by filing the S01 on your portal, also making the payments on time. At the end of the year, when you are calculating your income tax return, when you're preparing your income tax return, if there is, say, for example, I'm going to give an example. Your tax liability comes to $1 million. And when you have had your specified payments, and specified payments that you can use would have been HART, NIS, NHT, and education tax. So those taxes and contributions that would have been paid over to us, that is what you would use to calculate. So what you would have done, we also have our Schedule 7 embedded in our income tax returns. Once you complete it, what it does the calculation for you. But let me just break it down for you a little bit. So you have a tax liability of $1 million that is to pay it over to TAJ. For 2023, you would have filed and pay your statutories on time for the 12 months. And even if you haven't done so for the 12 months, and you have done so for 6 months, 3 months, whatever months you have filed early and paid early, you will have that benefit. So what it does, you would actually do the calculation, you add up all of these specified payments, and say the specified payments come to 600,000, just for argument's sake, right? And your tax liability is $1 million. You can now claim 30% of the amount payable, and that is 30% of the 1 million. So when you find that 30% of the 1 million, if it is more when you calculate the specified payment, so you calculate your specified payments, right? If that 30%, say 333,000, right? But your specified payments is 600,000, you will be only able to use 333,000, and that is what will lower the amount for you to pay as income tax. So it's for argument's sake, you're going to take away that 333,000 from the 1 million, and the balance that is left, that is what you should pay over the Tax Administration Jamaica.
All right, thanks, Cardia. We do have a couple more questions, but we're out of time for questions for this section. But Cardia, I'm going to ask you to go to the Q&A section and answer the questions that are there. I saw a question in the chat as well from, I think it was Lincoln. Lincoln, please post your question in the Q&A section. That way Cardia can respond to you individually. She can type out her question. I also saw a question there on YouTube. So Cardia, if you have time, you can hop on over to YouTube and respond in the live chat on YouTube as well. So at this point, let me announce the winner of our very first giveaway. Who was the first person online? Who was the first person to join the webinar today? Who is winning a gift basket from NCB? Dun, 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 drum roll, please. Our winner is Akiba Martin. Congratulations, Akiba. The team will be in touch with you. They're probably going to reach out to you directly. But congratulations to you, Akiba. You are the proud winner of an NCB basket of goodies. I hope you enjoy your basket. We do have one last giveaway as well towards the end of the webinar. So everybody, make sure that you stay tuned and you listen to the end and that you are able to answer the questions. I see a lot more people telling me where they're from. I see Kingston in the house, Mobay in the house. We have a lot of people from all over the country viewing us right now. We have 97 people joining us on Zoom. And let me see how many we have on YouTube. How many viewing? I can't tell. We have a few people, about 17 people watching on YouTube as well, and a couple of questions over there. All right, so let me introduce our next guest. Who do we have up next? Up next is none other than Pablo Martinez. Now, Pablo Martinez is Senior Director for Visa Commercial Solutions. He's the Regional Head of Products and Platforms for Visa Commercial Solutions in Latin America and the Caribbean. And in his role, he promotes development and innovation of B2B payment solutions for financial institutions, fintechs, and partners who seek to promote the access of companies of all sizes and segments to simple, transparent, scalable payments. And Pablo will be presenting on the benefits of paying with commercial credit cards. Welcome, Pablo.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kalila, and welcome everyone to this conference. Thanks to NCB Jamaica for this kind invitation. It's a pleasure to be here. We are thrilled to have you gather here today. First, we're going to talk about how you can leverage your business credit cards for smart tax payments. Credit cards are very versatile financial product that you can really take advantage of in many ways. So first, let's talk about the challenges. We're going to talk about the challenges that you face, and I'm sure you'll find yourselves identified with this. First is access to cash flow. You often struggle with different and variable revenue streams and high costs, making cash flow management a significant challenge. Late payments from customers can exacerbate cash flow issues. So to mitigate these issues, you can focus on improving your credit standing, exploring financing options, and maintaining a cash reserve for emergencies. That's a real pain point for many business owners and many businesses today. But the second is, how can we be more productive? You often struggle to compete with larger companies in terms of productivity. However, you can improve productivity by investing in technology, in tools, in products to automate your tasks and implement efficient work processes. And third, control costs. We all have high costs to maintain and run our business. These are a common challenge for any one of us. So these can stem from inefficiencies, high costs, or lack of economies of scale. So you can work towards controlling costs by streamlining operations, automating repetitive tasks, negotiating with suppliers, and implementing financial controls. And use many financial tools that NCB and the financial industry offers you in order to better control your expenses. And doubtlessly, business credit cards are a great way to control your costs. Now, let's see what we have learned from the past years. We've learned that the consumers' adoption of digital banking and payment options is at a staggering pace. Many of the small business we've interviewed over the past years are telling us that it's crucially important or very important to being able to apply digitally, to really manage their financial products digitally. And more than 2/3 of businesses have tried a new approach to keep their business on track, especially after the pandemics. And the increase of accepting payment methods and using payment methods has motivated many small businesses to really have a completely different approach for their businesses. Considering that many small business owners today are Gen X or are millennials, so they are able to adapt digitally to these new trends. So we have a context, environment in which digital banking, payment methods, digital payment is having a huge growth over the past years, and it will continue to evolve during the next years. And that's going to happen in Jamaica and all over the continent and all over the world. So that's why it's important to understand how can I benefit from these digital tools and these digital solutions to pay taxes, to really boost my business efficiencies and pay taxes a smart way. So why leveraging business cards for tax payment is pivotal for your business? First, because business cards can be integrated with existing financial systems, ERPs, business banking, and expense management platforms. So it will facilitate you a frictionless flow of data and streamlining the reconciliation. That's so important. You know, you as business owners know that having reconciliation, have all your invoices, all your expenses in place will help you to better manage your not only your tax payment, but also your tax returns. Second, the controls, because through business cards, you can implement spending controls, set limits, establish workflows, ensuring compliance with regulatory requirements. So that's important. You can control and you can see where and who are you buying to. And that's important, especially when it comes to paying taxes. Real-time insights, the business cards can provide you instant visibility into the spending. So that's important because the visibility contains the transaction details, the type of merchant you're paying to, in this case, the government. And this will empower you with actionable insights for informed decision-making in financial planning. That's important for your business. And finally, security. Security is really important because all the cards, have a real robust security features, such as the chip technology, the tokenization, and the fraud detection mechanisms that fortify these transactions, that will help you to mitigate risk and, more important, safeguard your corporate assets and your money. That's so important. So how your company will benefit from this? I mean, the strategic utilization of business cards for tax payment will empower you on multiple fronts by streamlining processes, optimizing cash flow, gaining visibility, and enhancing the security. You can focus your efforts on driving your business growth, on driving long-term success growth. So with business cards as a trusted financial tool for your business, you can navigate the tax obligations with confidence, ensuring you can devote your resources in what truly matters, achieving your business goals. So that's important. And we're going to deep dive in each one of these components to show you the real advantages and how you can better take advantage of your business credit card to pay your taxes. The first one is the efficiency, because if you leverage your business cards for tax payments, this will expedite the payment process. This will eliminate the paperwork. This will reduce the administrative overhead. And this will enable your teams, your companies, to focus on strategic initiatives and value-added initiatives. That's too important. Second, the cash flow management, because by leveraging credit terms and flexible payment options that the credit card provides you, you can optimize your cash flow. You can mitigate the liquidity constraints associated with traditional payment methods, such as cash, for example. Third, the resource allocation. The business cards provide you flexibility to allocate resources strategically, directing funds towards revenue-generating opportunities. So that's important for you as entrepreneurs, as company executives, in order to really be focused on run your business. And finally, last but not least, the risk mitigation, because business cards offer liability protection. Many of them offer insurance, assistances, purchase protection, dispute resolution mechanisms, mitigating financial risk associated with tax payments and any other type of vendor transactions. So those are, in summary, the benefits. When it comes to the first one, now deep dive in each one of them, this optimization entails eliminate manual processes, and business cards revolutionize the tax payment for you by eliminating cumbersome manual tasks, paperwork, check writing, postage. Instead of spending valuable time on administrative duties, you can focus your energy on driving your business growth. And second, with business cards, reconciliation becomes an advantage. You gain access to a streamlined transaction tracking tools provided by your bank, and giving you clarity and control over your finances. So you know how much did you pay in the taxes, how much do you pay in any type of vendor you're paying with your credit cards. So this reconciliation enables you to quickly identify discrepancies, monitor spending patterns, and make informed decisions. That's really important in terms of optimizing. Second, access to cash flow. As I mentioned, you often face cash flow challenges, especially during tax season. So business card offers flexible payment terms, allowing you to defer payments while maintaining liquidity for essential expenses. So this flexibility ensures that your business can meet their tax obligations without jeopardizing day-to-day operations or hindering growth initiatives. That's really important. And finally, by leveraging credit terms and strategically optimizing payment schedules, you can effectively manage these fluctuations, because in one season you have plenty of cash, in other season you don't have cash because the sales cycle is different. So the use of this financial tool of the credit card will help you to mitigate financial constraints and preserve your working capital, empowering you to invest in opportunities and spend the smart way. Let's talk about the visibility and control. Business cards provide you real-time insights into your spending patterns, the merchants you pay to, and the tax-related transactions. So this visibility enables you to track expenditures accurately, identify areas of overspending, for example, and make data-driven decisions to optimize your performance. And in addition to that, the detailed transaction data provided by business cards simplify the tax reporting and compliance, for you as company executives or business owners. So with the access to a comprehensive records, you can ensure accuracy in your tax filings, minimizing the risk of errors or penalties, and maximizing deductions to enhance financial health and regulatory compliance. That's really important. And one important value for all transactions, and for us as Visa, is the security. So business cards are equipped with advanced security features such as the chip technology, the fraud monitoring, the liability protection. So these robust security measures safeguard you and your money against unauthorized use, identity theft, fraudulent activities, and this provides you peace of mind and confidence when you pay taxes or any type of expense with your business credit card. So whether you are making purchases online, or whether you are paying vendors, whether you are managing expenses, you can trust that your business cards will provide you a secure and a reliable payment solution. And this is mitigating the risks associated with the traditional payment methods. And in summary, we need to embrace the potential of business cards as a cornerstone of your tax compliance strategy. By recognizing the strategic value of business cards and harnessing their benefits to streamline your tax payments, You can optimize the cash flow, gain visibility, enhance your security, and you can chart a course towards a sustained tax compliance and finally a long-term success for your business. I wanted to highlight how do the business cards compare to other payment methods. This is a complementary payment method versus the ones you usually utilize, for making any type of payments. For example, versus checks, business cards offer instantaneous payment processing compared to the time delays associated with check issuance, mailing, and processing. So in many cases, it's more beneficial for you and for your business to pay with credit cards. In many cases, checks lack the digital trail and transactional insights inherent in a business card transactions that's impeding visibility and hindering reconciliation efforts. The business cards provide enhanced security features and fraud detection mechanisms, reducing the risk of payment-related fraud of unauthorized transaction. Versus bank transfers, the business cards offer greater flexibility in payments scheduling, credit terms, rewards, incentives, compared to, for example, the bank transfers, which are often subject to fees, etc. But I mean, this is a complementary payment method to the others one you use. I mean, for many cases, ACH works, and for many cases, such as payment, taxes, it's more beneficial doing it with business cards. And in addition, bank transfer may entail additional administrative overhead and documentation, whereas business cards streamline payment processes and simplify the record keeping, and that's important for your business. And versus cash, the business cards eliminate the need of physical cash handling, and that reduces your risk of loss, your risk of theft, and misappropriation associated with the cash transactions. And the cash payments lack the transparency, the auditability, and the reporting capabilities inherent in business card transactions. So that limits the visibility and hinders the financial oversight. So it's way better to pay with cards than cash. In conclusion, in essence, the strategic utilization of business cards for tax payment transcends mere transactional efficiency. It embodies a paradigm shift towards optimizing your financial management, reduce your risk, and strategic resource allocation. So by conducting a deep dive into this approach, your business can unlock an untapped potential because you can use smartly your financial products, in this case, the credit cards. You drive your excellence to position yourself for a sustained growth, and it will help you a lot to navigate the complexities of tax compliance. And leveraging business cards emerges as a strategic imperative in many companies today, empowering you to thrive this evolving landscape. Moreover, the cards facilitates a shift towards a proactive tax planning and compliance, and that's really important because you can ensure timely and accurate tax filings, minimize the risk of errors or penalties, and capitalize tax saving opportunities. And that's really important. So finally, I want to give you a message. The adoption of business cards is unstoppable. We see a real important trend in Jamaica and Latin America for more and more business are using and are having access to the benefits of paying with credit cards. And the adoption of these business cards underscores a commitment to maximize efficiency, transparency, and security in the financial management of your business. so you can position yourself for success. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have maybe any question.
Thank you, Pablo, for that great presentation. Just to summarize a few notes. So, paying with a business credit card. What did you take away, viewers? To those of you, I think I said 97 people watching us right now in the chat, 95 people. What were your key takeaways from that presentation by Pablo? I got a couple of things for sure. So, security and control. Like you guys know, I'm always a proponent of credit cards. There are some people who don't like debt for any reason. Credit cards give you so much security and control. And then Pablo made a really, really important point as well. Access to cash flow. I think probably most of you who are on this webinar right now are entrepreneurs, you're business owners, and you understand how important that cash flow can be. So paying with your credit card can allow you to defer your tax payments, he said, while maintaining liquidity for essential business expenses. So basically, you can put yourself on a payment plan when you use your business credit card to make your payments. I don't see any questions for you. Oh, I think one just came up. Kimberly Johnson said, yes, same thing I just said. She said it allows you the flexibility to capitalize on your cash flow. So very, very same point. Guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the question and answer section, the Q&A section. If you have general comments, leave them in the chat. And I noticed that all of the questions that were in the Q&A have been answered. So that's awesome. I saw Cardia was, typing away, doing her thing in the Q&A section, making sure all those questions get answered. If you still have questions for Pablo, or if you think of one later, type it in the Q&A. Pablo will be with us until the end of the webinar. I saw a question on YouTube as well, and I saw Cardia ran over there and answered that question there on YouTube also. So let's head into our next presentation, which comes from Odisha Blackwood, who is Senior Accountant at Mid-Island Corporate Services. Mid-Island has actually been in operation for over 20 years and provides a host of services to the community and country at large. They're located in Mandeville, and Odisha will be presenting to us on the topic of simplifying your tax process. Pay attention and take notes because we want to make this as simple as possible. Welcome, Odisha.
Hi, thank you, Kalila. Good evening, everyone. So today I will be presenting on, I'll be telling you about what we do here at Mid-Island, as well as giving you some tips that we believe will make the tax filing process as easy as possible on you, the clients, and us, the accountants, right? So what we offer here at Mid-Island on a day-to-day basis is that we prepare financial statements. So whether it's audited or management accounts, what we also call in-house financial statements. So those are the ones that are prepared at a particular period during the year. So whether it's for the first quarter, half year, whichever period, and it's not audited, but it gives you some direction as to where the business is headed, and it allows you the opportunity to make some changes, right? So what we do when we prepare our financial statements is that we make the process easier on you by doing our own data mining. What I mean by that is that we might send you some list of information that we'll require to prepare your financial statements. And sometimes you might not have the time to go through everything and get everything to us in a timely manner, or sometimes you just may not understand exactly what we want. So we will come to your offices, we will go through your files, and we will record our own balances and take our own evidence. So once those financial statements have been prepared, what we do is that we call you in for a meeting, and that brings us to another of our service that we provide, which is business advisory and business turnaround strategies. So in these meetings now, we will tell you what we have found from your financial statements and provide some advice as to the next steps to improve your performance for the next quarter or for the upcoming year. We also file all the taxes with TAJ, so that it is your GCT return, it is your payroll return, those are the SO1s, whether it is the business license, environmental levy, contractors levy, we file all of those for you. And again, we add our own personal touch to the filing in that you're always reminded each month of when a return is due, as well as after filing for you, we will come to your business place. So we will take your payment method and we will go to the tax office and make these payments on your behalf. So we just make the process overall very convenient, leaving you time to make the necessary decisions in your business to be successful, right? So we also file income tax returns, which is the big one each year, come March 15th. So we file for companies, we file for directors, we file for sole traders, partnerships, charities, which whatever you have, we will be able to file your returns for you, right? We also offer services with the Companies Office of Jamaica. So if you have a new company that you want to register, you can just come, have a talk with us, tell us the names that you want, provide the required documents, and we will take control of the entire process. Along with that as well is that we provide annual return filing with the Companies Office of Jamaica. Those are for already registered companies. We help you to obtain the letter of good standing. We help you to obtain status letters. We also offer training and support in accounting software, whether you have QuickBooks or whether you have Peachtree. If you have the system, you have the staff, but they don't really understand how to navigate the system. So we'll come in and we'll show you how to reconcile your bank accounts. We show you how to enter your transactions, how to make payments, how to enter your customers, how to enter your suppliers, how to generate invoices, and of course, how to generate those reports, your balance sheet, your trial balance, and so on for ease of access to you. We also offer human resources management, and this is where we will assess your organization and see where you might need some additional talent. And for that now, we take control of the entire process. So we will put out the ad for the special person that you need, whether it's an accountant or a general manager, and we conduct the interviews here, provide a short list of clients to you, and then we will help you to make the final decision as to the for your organization. Another major part of our portfolio is that we prepare business plans. So whichever industry you want to enter or whichever level of financing you might require, whichever financial institutions in Jamaica, whether it's DBJ, Exim Bank, whichever one, we will prepare the business plans for you. And we take it a step further here as well by being with you with every step of the way. So we don't just prepare the plan and give it to you. We submit directly to the financial institution. We liaise with them throughout the entire process. We call them, we ensure that everything is on track. We provide whatever clarity they may need until you get that money in your bank account, right? So we at Mid-Island, we are very versatile and very client-oriented, right? So some of our successes so far, just to show why we are the #1 in Central Jamaica for accounting services. The first is that we all know, or we should all know, the first BPO that came to Mandeville here still houses Sutherland Global Services on Ward Avenue. That was our project. We were also responsible for the retooling of a quarry here in Central Jamaica, which is the largest on this side of the island. We also, along with some major or other stakeholders, got the first and only special economic zone of operation here in Central Jamaica. And we have already been approved and started construction for the second BPO center in Mandeville, along with 160,000 square foot commercial center. All right. So now I will be telling you about some tips that as an accountant, we find that it will ease the stress of having to file your income tax return. So it is both beneficial for you, the clients, and us as the accountants. So to file your income tax returns, you will require a set of financial statements. And based on the level of income that you have, when you're filing the returns online, TAJ requires for you to upload a copy of those financial statements. So I think when your income is above 10 million, you are required to upload a copy of your financial statements each year with your income tax returns. So in preparing these financial statements for your income tax filing, there are some very major components that are included. One such component is your fixed assets or your PPE, property and equipment. And our recommendation to you for the PPE is that you should maintain a fixed asset register. This is a document that lists all of your assets, no matter how small. You might have one, you might have two. We recommend you have them in a document. So this document will show the type of asset, whether it's your computer, your motor vehicle, your desk, your chair, whatever it is. You have that in the document along with the date it was purchased, the supplier of said equipment, as well as the amount that it was purchased for. And on the same document as well, whenever you have sold any of these assets, that should be documented as well. So you have the disposal, you have the date of disposal, who the asset was sold to, as well as the value or the amount that you sold it for. So this is important in filing your income tax returns because the proper documentation of your assets allows us to easily find the evidence of such, and this is included in your financial statement and allows you to claim capital allowance. So this capital allowance is a benefit from TAJ, which reduces your taxable income and thereby reducing the amount of taxes that you can pay or that you have to pay at the end of the year. So for contractors, again, on reducing your income tax liability, so for contractors, when you get your payments and you say that it's not quite what it's supposed to be, where the contractor's levy has been deducted, we recommend that you ensure that this has been paid over to the government of Jamaica, because again, this will directly reduce your income tax liability. So you can check this by visiting your TAJ portal, and it will show under certificates all that have been applied or used, or all that your TRN has been used for. And the same is for withholding taxes. Another major part of the financial statement is the inventory. So we recommend taking an inventory count at least once per year, especially at the year end, as this is, as you cannot rely solely on the system because sometimes it's incorrect, and this is sometimes a major part of your financial statements. And if this is incorrect, then the entire financial statement could be incorrect and would not give a true view of your business throughout the year. Of importance as well is receivables and payables. We recommend reviewing those at least once per month, just to ensure that all the payments are being applied to the correct customers and applied at all, so that when year-end come and we get the confirmation, there is no issue there's no going back to you, the client, to say the customer is saying that they do not owe you this, what is the issue here? So that saves both time for you, the clients, and time for us. We can file your returns earlier. And this brings me now to the data entry. Data entry is where we come to you, or you provide to us all your information. So that will be your check stubs, your bank statements, your receipts, your invoices, all of that. And then we take that and enter it into our system so we can prepare your financial statements at the year end. So what we recommend for this is to ensure that you put as much details as possible on these check stubs and these transfers, the memo. They have a section where you can put what it's for. So we recommend putting as much information there as possible. So when you're writing the checks and after you take off that check and you hand it to the person, there's a little stub left back in the little booklet. So we, on that, don't just include the name, and the date, but also put what it was for, whether it was for some stationery, whether it was for cleaning the offices. That helps a lot in the long run, because what this does is it reduces the number of items that we have to ask you about. And it can be tedious, where we'll send you this list of information that we are not clear on, but it's for the part from 12 months, so it's from January come down, and at December, more than likely you won't remember what happened from January, so we will not be sure where to classify that item. So we recommend putting as much detail as possible. Right. So where the data entry is done in-house, where you have your own system and your accountant on hand, when we get a backup of your system, or you send us an export, what we like to see is to have each transaction to have as much detail as possible. Right, so when we go into your system now and we can check repairs and maintenance. So at a glance, we can know that whatever is in repairs and maintenance should be in repairs and maintenance, even without checking the invoices. So another thing that we recommend is that for those of us, or those of you who have your accountants do your data entry, so as soon as January is done, you know that the statements should be ready maybe about February 15th. So we recommend getting those along with your check stubs and your invoices to your accountants as soon as possible, so they can start the data entry process. So if there's any clarity that is needed, then it will be easy for us to refer back to you, and you can say, oh yes, that was for that, right? When the information is fresh in your minds. Another important matter is that of evidence, especially for internal transactions. So we have some businesses out there that love their staff, but they offer them some staff loan to help out in certain situations. So we recommend having a little contract drawn up. It's nothing to be complicated that you have to include your lawyers, but just a simple document stating the terms of the loan, the amount, the repayment, and all of that. So that provides some transparency for us, as well as to reduce the times that we have to come to you asking questions about transfers that we have seen or what have happened during the year. And we recommend the same for directors, where they give loans to the business or they take loans from the business. Just have a little document drawn up so it makes things clearer for us. We also recommend the filing, which is very important in all of this. We recommend having a monthly file. So for each month of the year, you would have a file, and in that file, what we will find is all the invoices that were paid in that particular month. And on those invoices now, you will document the payment method, the payment details. So you would have, right, paid on it, when it was paid, the payment method, and if it was part paid, the amount that was paid. And then if it was the remainder was paid in, say, March, in March file, I could go to there and see the balance was paid, the date it was paid, and the payment method. All right. Income, again, is another important factor or important component in preparing your financial statements and filing your income tax returns. So those of us who do not file the GCT return, what I recommend is ensuring that your income, your invoices are in sequential order. So what that allows for is for us to know that the income is complete to the best of your knowledge and to the best of our knowledge. So no invoices are missing. So even if the invoices are voided or if they were canceled, we recommend you still filing them, so we know that these are all the invoices that was generated during the year. We also recommend having a little, those receipt books. Those can be found at the stationery shop, where for each payment that you receive, you write a receipt on there, and then come year end, you can pass that to your accountant and say, this is all my income for the year. Right? A tip for those who are directors and secretaries of companies is to ensure that your income tax returns are filed as well. So even though you might be employed outside of that capacity, you are still required to report on any emoluments or salary that you may have received in their capacity as a director or secretary. And what you will need to file your returns as well is the P24 from your employer. So once December steps in, you make this request, and when it's time to file your personal income tax returns, then that is needed. That should be uploaded to the portal. And my final tip to you is to always ask questions of your accountant, because asking one question now will save time and prevent a whole lot of issues when tax filing time comes around. So we are there to provide guidance to you in whatever area. So any questions you have, ensure that you ask your accountant. Right. And that is my presentation for today. Thank you for listening, and any questions, please go ahead.
Thank you, Odisha. I'm actually shocked that there are not a million questions in the chat because you gave such a great presentation. So Kimberly says such a wealth of information. So maybe it is that you explained everything, but guys, if you have questions, put them in the Q&A section. Let's have Odisha answer your questions. I really loved how comprehensive that was. Your point about keeping good records, having evidence of the transactions that, you know, you might see these transactions on the bank statement and be wondering, what was this? And you as the business owner, sometimes you feel like, I will remember when the time comes around, I will remember what that was. And then when the time comes around and your accountant does ask you about it, you can't remember what it was. You completely forgot. So keep evidence of what the transactions are, because on the bank statement, sometimes it's vague and you might not remember what that transaction actually was. Keep good records. One of my favorite tips is to just use your phone, take a picture of those receipts, upload it to Google Drive or Dropbox. So do you accept, Odisha, digital records? Is that actually preferable? If your clients send you digital records like receipts, invoices, so on?
Yes, we do accept the digital record. Sometimes it's preferable because the invoices can become bulky and the storage can sometimes become an issue. So yes, we accept digital support in document.
Okay. Couple of questions. Kelly wants to know if your presentation will be shared because it was such a great presentation.
I'm sure it will be. Yes.
Okay, good. Tanika says using business bank cards to make purchases and accept payments is a good way of record keeping, right? So bank statements would be ideal?
Not all the times, because those, when you make the transfers, those are not documented on the bank statements. So we would still have to come to you and ask questions. So we, even with the bank statements, we still recommend that you keep your invoices of each transaction that you have undertaken with your card.
Okay, we have a question in the Q&A. Somebody wants to know, what is a T24 form?
The P24, so that is when you are employed at an organization, they are supposed to pay over statutories on your behalf to the government of Jamaica. That would be your income tax, your PAYE, your education tax, your RSA, NHD, NIS. So the P24 now is just a summary of all of your payment that was made throughout the year. So it would include your overall salary for the month, any taxes that was deducted, as well as any pension, any NIS, NHD, and so on. So that is what the P24 is.
Okay, I see a couple of comments on YouTube as well. Joan also wanted copies of the presentation. Kenrick saying that was great. So awesome job, Odisha. I don't know how nobody has asked it in the chat, but you're in Mandeville. Do you serve island-wide?
Yes, so island-wide.
Okay, good. All right, couple other questions. Tanika wants to know, do you offer individual training for QuickBooks?
Yes, we do.
Okay, noted. Another person in the Q&A, what if the business lost the invoice? Can a petty cash voucher suffice?
It could. Yes, it could suffice, but we always like to see the original invoice, for validity, for credibility purposes. So we always like to see the original invoice, but without that, then yes, the petty cash voucher could be used as supplemental evidence.
I guess that's if it's a small amount, because petty cash.
Mhm.
But for other things, you could always request another copy of the invoice, right?
Right.
Yeah. How can people reach you?
Okay. So we have our website. That's www.themidislandcorporateservices.com. Our email address is info@midislandco.com. Our telephone number is 876-961-8513, and WhatsApp is 876-995-4199.
Let me ask you to type that in the chat as well so that people
Okay,
can
sure.
be able to contact you. Dave wants to know, similar question to before, but slightly different. Do you help businesses get their QuickBooks set up?
Meaning that if we bring the software with us?
I'm not sure exactly what he means.
But when we offer training, you would have already purchased your system. But if you're referring to setup, as in to populate it with all the suppliers, all the invoices, your bank accounts, and so on, yes, we do that.
I have a question on YouTube from Evgenia, who says, our business partners want to do taxes, but they're not providing the accountant's info. Is that legal?
They want to do business. Repeat that, please.
Our business partners want to do taxes and not providing the accountant's info. Is that legal?
That is not illegal. It's not illegal per se, but if your records have been lost, then that would be a good reason for not being able to provide any information. But it's always good to have information and provide that to your accountant so the best decisions can be made for your business.
Okay. So I see a couple other questions in the Q&A from Dave. So he was being a little bit more specific, but Adisha, you can go ahead in the Q&A and answer that. Just go in there and type answer and you can answer Dave one-on-one. And for the rest of you as well, if you think of other questions for Adisha, feel free to ask them in the Q&A. Adisha, let me also remind you to please put your contact information in the chat so that everybody knows how to reach you, because that was a really great presentation. That's a lot of big ups coming up for you. So our next,
thank you.
Awesome. So our next presentation is one that you need to pay keen attention to, because we do have another giveaway, and this final giveaway is going to be based on this presentation. So take notes if you want to win this prize. Our final presenter is Jerome Jarrett, who is sales manager at National Commercial Bank, NCB. Jerome has been charged with the responsibility to grow the bank's card sales to include business and consumer, digital and non-payment, prepaid, and Quisk. He has over 20 years in banking, covering operations, branch management, sales leadership, and credit and risk management, marketing, product development, and portfolio management. So he's been all over the bank in all the different branches. He has an MBA from Mona School of Business at UWI and a BBA in Production and Operations Management from UTech. And a little fun fact about him, he loves almost all sports. His favorites include the NFL, football, basketball, tennis, cricket, and track and field. That's like, all of them are your favorites, Jerome? Is that your favorites include, and then go out to list almost all the sports. He's married to Nadia Renee and has 3 kids, Jovi, Justin, and Jayla. Jerome is going to be presenting on the topic NCB Commercial Solutions. Take it away, Jerome.
Afternoon, Kalia. Afternoon, listeners. Let me know when you can see my screen.
We can see it. You might want to maximize the screen though. Yes, there we go.
All right. So my job here is pretty simple this afternoon. It's really just to let you guys know about the features and benefits of the cards that NCB have to offer, and how we can make your tax experience rewarding this tax season and every other tax season after that. Right? So let's just dive right into the presentation. So choosing the right card for your business will help you to stimulate your cash flow. It will also help you to manage your expenses, pay your taxes and custom duties, as well as facilitate local and international transactions while earning cashback and travel rewards. Plus, additionally, you will earn up to 55 days interest-free, and all our cards come with tap and go technology. So right now we have 4 major credit cards on the business for business purposes, 2 for each of the payments association. So we have our NCB Platinum Business, we have our NCB Visa Business Edge, we have our MasterCard Business Elite, and we have our NCB MasterCard Executive Travel. We also have our NCB MasterCard prepaid card, which we promote to our SMEs and large corporations to assist with payroll services for their staff. So I'll just dive into each of the cards individually. So we have our NCB Visa Platinum card. This card is denominated in US dollars, and this card has a world of benefits that includes, so you will earn 1 mile for every $1 that is spent on non-government transactions, and you earn 1 point for every $5 that is spent on government transactions. This card is for companies that are looking to make both local and international purchases, but mainly international purchases, and who desires rewards of a travel and cashback basis. Because what the card comes with, you get, each of the card holders of the card get 5 complimentary lounge passes to any lounge that the Visa companion is a partner with. And we're talking about right across the world, including our lounges here in Jamaica, Club Kingston and Club Montego Bay. The card also comes with purchase protection. It comes with price protection and extended warranty. Let me talk a little bit about each of these. So purchase protection. So if you make a purchase, say you purchase a phone but you have to use the card. If you purchase a phone and that phone is either lost or stolen or destroyed within a certain time frame, you can make a claim from Visa to have that phone replaced. No questions asked. Price protection, if it is that you purchase an item, purchase said phone, and you see that phone on another site or it's somewhere else cheaper than what you purchased that phone for within a certain time frame as well, you're able to make a claim against Visa for the difference for what you purchased the phone for based on what you saw the phone for. So, but you have to use the card to make the purchase. And extended warranty as well. If you purchase said phone and you get for argument's sake, a 6-month warranty on the phone, just by using the card, you get an extended 6 months warranty on said device just by using the card to make the purchase. So price protection, purchase protection, extended warranty are some significant features that you can benefit from just by using the card to make the purchase. This card also comes with auto rental insurance and travel accident insurance of up to $500,000. So from time to time, you might, travel and you rent a car. A lot of these car rental companies will add additional rental insurance to your travel, your package at an additional cost. If you are using, or if you made the purchase using your NCB Visa Platinum credit card, they don't, or they should not, or you can ask them to remove the rental insurance because you're covered just by using the card to make the purchase, right? And you also get travel accident insurance. So if anything happens to you while you travel, or if there's any injury while you travel, using the card, you're covered up to $500,000 US dollars. And also international medical emergency insurance of up to $150,000. But again, you have to use the card to make the purchase, to purchase the ticket, to purchase the accommodation, and use the card while traveling. So that's the NCB MasterCard. The NCB Visa Platinum Credit Card. And again, that card is denominated in US dollars. So for those businesses that looking to spend in US and you actually earn in US and you can pay back, this is the card for you, because sometimes you may not want to have the conversion risk to be paying back a US denominated card. But for those companies, especially if you have directors that travel a lot, and you know, you want to give these special persons on your staff a card that they can travel with and enjoy the benefits of traveling, the Visa Platinum Business is the card for you. The other Visa card that we have is the Visa Business Edge, right? And the Visa Business Edge is the card that is ideal for micro and medium SMEs that looking to purchase goods both locally and internationally, and seeking cashback as your main source of reward. So you can earn unlimited cashback using the Visa Edge card. You earn 5.5% on non-government transactions and 0.4% on government transactions. This card gives you access to the NCB Miles platform, which has exceptional deals. And you can also use the miles that you earn, or the cashback that you earn through the NCB platform. You can download the virtual card on the NCB platform, and you can use that virtual card on any e-commerce website globally. So you can have it in your 7Crave app, you can have it in Amazon, you can have it on your Apple Play Store, you can have that virtual card on any e-commerce website. So while you earn cashback spending on the card, you can use your virtual card to spend that cashback that you earn on another card. And you can also purchase items through the NCB Miles app, where you get upper miles when you use the NCB Miles app to purchase your items. Again, this card gives you up to 55 days interest-free if you're able to manage your spending and the date when you spend versus the date when the card becomes due. You also have rent-a-car insurance and travel accident insurance with your Visa Business Edge. And again, the Visa Business Edge is perfect for those micro companies, those medium enterprises, and also those, you know, smaller corporate companies. This card is perfect for you. This card starts with a minimum of $250,000 as the minimum limit for the card, and again, perfect for you to use to pay your taxes and other spend. We also have our NCB MasterCard Executive Travel Business, and this card is denominated in Jamaican dollars, and it's ideal for all business types that's looking to purchase goods both locally and internationally. And the owner of this card is looking for travel benefits, right? This card, you earn 1 point for every $1 that is spent on government transactions, and 1 point for every $5 that is spent on government transactions, right? This card also comes with extended warranty. It also comes with medical expense up to $100,000. You have the the MasterCard Lounge Key Access, which gives you access to, again, all the lounges across the world. That's a part of the MasterCard Lounge Key platform. And that includes our lounges here in Jamaica and most airports right across the world. The card also comes with rental collision insurance, theft and vandalism coverage of up to $75,000, right? So this card is perfect for all those persons that are looking to travel and while earning miles while you spend. This card is also accessible through the NCB Miles app, where again you can download your virtual card and use the virtual card to access any e-commerce website globally where a virtual card is accepted. The second NCB MasterCard Elite, this card is for, we promote this card for large corporations and commercial companies that are looking to make large purchases and also large tax payments. This card provides you with unlimited cashback, and you can earn 0.5% cashback on government transactions and 0.4% on non-government transactions, 0.4% on government transactions. Again, you get the 55 days interest-free once you can manage the spend This card also comes with purchase protection. It comes with extended warranty. You also have ATM robbery and assault protection, the MasterCard rental insurance up to $50,000, and the MasterCard travel insurance up to $250,000. Right? So this card presents you with cashback rewards. So, for those companies that, you're not necessarily looking for travel benefits, but you want to see that cashback back in your card so you can spend again, this card is perfect for you. And again, this card is for our large corporates and commercial companies that are looking to make large purchases on their card. This is the card that is perfect for you. So now that you know about our different cards, how do you get an NCB credit card? What are some of the ways we can onboard you as a business owner? So we have two main packages on which we onboard customers here at NCB through our startup package and our business pre-approved package. So our startup package is usually for our smaller companies or micro and or SME segments. The business must be in existence up to 12 months, right? If you're older than 12 months, then we ask that you graduate to a bigger card, because the needs of a business older than 12 months generally need greater flexibility, greater limits, greater level of cash flow needs. So this card gives you a limit of up to $500,000, and this is based on the account turnover in your account. The companies that usually gets this card usually have annual turnover in terms of revenues of up to $15 million per year. So it's for your smaller micro segment. This package comes with a pre-approved point of sale machine, so you're able to again collect from your customers and manage your cash flow through our point of sale machines. There's also fast turnaround time. So this product is really quick because you're pretty much pre-approved. So once you're a new customer to us, you present us with the required documents to get started. There's a between 5 and 7 day turnaround time, and the card is in your hand. We also have our business pre-approved program for all business segments. So even if you're a small company, you can still benefit from the business pre-approved segment. But for these companies, there are companies that are older than 12 months, right? And we go up to $10 million in terms of unsecured limits for these companies, and you can get up to 3 times your average monthly turnover through your account. So we assess your business over a 12-month period, and we look on what your monthly average is, and you can earn up to 3 times your monthly average in terms of a limit on the card the card of your choice. And again, fast turnaround time is what we pride ourselves on, because we know that as business owners, we don't have time to wait, and we know that you have choices. So we have to ensure that you get the card that you want with the limit that you want quicker and easier. How can NCB help me to manage my cash flow better? So we have what is called a balance transfer. So for those customers who have high interest credit cards at other financial institutions, and for those customers who may have paid your taxes already. So you're watching this webinar, but you already paid your taxes. You're one of those compliant persons, and you went ahead and paid your taxes. If it is that you have high balances on your card, so you paid all your taxes, but these balances are on your card, we're saying to you, move these balances over to us at NCB, and we will give you a favorable interest rate, right? So transfer your balance from other institutions, and we give you a lower interest rate than you're getting right now. We'll make the terms more flexible than you are getting right now. That will enable you to have greater flexibility and to grow your business, right? So we know credit cards, the interest rate on credit cards sometimes can be a deterrent, right? But we are saying, move your credit card balances over to us. We will give you a preferred interest rate, right, than you're getting right now. That will allow your business the flexibility, especially during this time, to continue to expand, to continue to grow while managing your payments in smaller increments that will allow your business to flourish. So we also want to tell you about our MasterCard Prepaid. And our MasterCard Prepaid solution is a solution that we promote to businesses to pay your staff, right? So for effortless payment of your staff for salaries, maybe lunch, maybe gas, rent, travel, whatever payment options that you have to make to your staff, the MasterCard prepaid is an option for your business. So a lot of companies are still paying cash. A lot of companies are sending payments to different methods. The prepaid card is a very, very, very easy solution for you to pay your staff for all different type of reimbursement expenses or just regular salary payments. With our prepaid card, you have worldwide acceptance. Anywhere in the world where the MasterCard is accepted, you can use your MasterCard prepaid. It has the chip and go technology where you can tap to pay, and there are zero minimum payments. There's zero in terms of monthly maintenance fees. There are zero minimum balance fees. So it's even more affordable than per se a regular savings account to pay staff. And again, there are zero fees for local point of sale transactions. So the MasterCard prepaid card to use for your payment, your payroll services is a winning combination. So, again, a very short presentation, but we welcome the opportunity to discuss any way we can strengthen the partnership with you, our valid customers. So please do not hesitate to call us. My contact number is there, 5618622, or you can reach out to me at jarrettjm@jncb.com. I will now take any questions that you might have or hand over right back to Kalila.
And we do have some questions. So the first question comes from Richard Campbell, who wants to know, does your company account need to be at the institution to have access to any of these cards?
Not necessarily, no. So we can onboard customers that are non-NCB customers, but we just require a little bit more documentation from you. But reach out to us, and we will, if you can leave your information, we will get in touch with you to tell you those documentation that are required.
Okay, so you can respond to him in the Q&A, Jerome, if you want to get information, respond in the Q&A. I saw a question on YouTube. Find it back. Kenrick says, I have a CC executive card. Can I apply for other cards?
Yes, you can. You can have, we definitely want you to have the card. We want you to have a card that you can maximize the benefit on. So sometimes it doesn't necessarily serve you well to have multiple cards where you're spending on different cards. But if one card doesn't have the total benefit that you are looking for, yes, you can have multiple cards. But you want to ensure that when you have a card, you're maximizing on the benefit of that card. So if it's miles you're looking for, you want to make sure that you're putting all your spend, not only at tax time, but all your spend on that card so you can maximize the benefit of that card instead of splitting your payments right across several cards. But there's nothing wrong with having multiple cards.
Okay, Sasha wants to know, where do you go to ensure you can redeem these benefits?
So you can redeem your benefits on NCB Miles. Just download the NCB Miles app, and there are some instructions to follow. And once you've completely registered on the NCB Miles app, you can enjoy all the benefits of NCB Miles, including the virtual card that I spoke about earlier.
Question from Kimberly. How do I access MasterCard Lounge being an executive travel card holder?
All right, so you need to download the MasterCard Lounge Key app. So go to your Google Play Store or your Apple Play Store and download the MasterCard Lounge Key. And just put in the relevant instructions, and you'll have the barcode that you show at the reception area, and you'll be able to grant access. And if it is that you don't have the app, you're able to swipe your card at the lounge as well. And if you qualify, then you will receive your full reimbursement. Once you have not exceeded your allocation of the 5 per year, you will be given a refund on the card.
Lots of questions coming in for you, Jerome. The next one, do you guys have a payment portal that can be added to an app to take payments from customers?
I'm not sure I follow.
So this person's issue is with getting paid. I'm not sure if this is really a credit card issue, but being able to accept payments, probably using a credit card
Well, we have
from
well,
others.
so yes, we do have several e-commerce solutions offered by the Payments and Digital Channels division. If that person can leave a contact information, and we can get back to you. But we have several solutions to accept payments through our point of sale machine, our MPOS machines, e-commerce, our payment buttons. So whether you have a website or you don't have a website, we have ability for you to collect payments from customers. We're about to launch Tap on Phone, where you're able to accept payments using your phone. So there are several options available for our customers to collect payments.
Next question, how long do I have to pay? Is it the same as other banks, 30 days?
So yes, we have different cycles. So you based on when you actually get your card, you'll be given a cycle. The customer has the option of choosing the cycle, the payment cycle that they want. So options are there based on the cash flow of your business. So not every company might want the same payment date based on the cash flow expectation of the business. So yes, we do have similar payment arrangements to how other credit cards operate.
I thought I heard you say something about 50 days for one of the cards.
Yes, so all our cards, you can get up to 55 days interest-free. And why we say up to 55 days interest-free? So there are a couple of dates that you need to be mindful of. So there's a statement cutoff date and there's a due date. So there's 55 days between when your statement is cut off and when the payment is due. Right? If for instance, if for any reason so any payment that is made the day after your statement is cut off, you have 55 days in which to make that payment. So, and it reduces the further you get away from your cutoff date. Right? So, if you're able to manage that, then you can get your 55 days. So if your statement cuts off on the 5th of the month and you make a purchase on the 6th, you have until the 30th of the following month in which to make that payment that you made on the 6th. So that's how you get 55 days, and that's interest-free.
It's almost 2 months, guys. Interest-free. Next question. In order to receive credit card for the business, does the business need to have a minimum 12 months relationship with NCB?
Again, not necessarily. Not necessarily. But the business has to be registered for a minimum of 12 months. Sorry, a minimum of 6 months.
Has to be registered. So that's
registered.
Company's office.
At the company's office, yes.
There
are also personal businesses that are not necessarily registered as well, but it's based on the information. How those kind of businesses, we have to have the relationship, right? So we have to see where the banking relationship has commenced. For those companies that are not registered, so your sole traders, your persons that are acting in their personal name, right? Those we need some additional information for, but the business must be in existence for a minimum of 6 months.
Okay, so that answers a question that just came in, who wanted to know, as a newly formed business, how long does my business need to be in operation to access one of the cards? So you answered that. Final question I'm going to take is from Trishana McLean, who is asking, are these products extended to farmers? Which would you recommend for a person in the agriculture business? So
again, it all depends on the size of your business. You can be a small farmer, you can be a large farmer that, you supply all the hotels in Jamaica. So, it's all based on scale and size. So for a small farmer, then I would suggest either the Visa Business Edge or the MasterCard Travel Platinum. Depends on what kind of reward that you're looking for. Depends on how you want to manage your cash flow. But yes, we have a product to fit all size business, from your small farmer to your large conglomerate.
And how long does it typically take from the time you apply to the time you get the card?
So once we have all the documentation required, I would say anywhere between 3 and 5 business days before the card is approved and dispatched to you, the
Days.
customer.
Nice. It's nice to hear days, not weeks, not months.
No, man, no. We know that business customers don't have time to sit around and wait. And we know we're fully cognizant of the fact that you have options. So we don't want to keep our customers waiting.
Okay, good. So we have a giveaway question. And to our organizers, we also have a feedback survey that I want you guys to take. So organizers, let me know when the feedback survey is ready. In the interim, I'm going to do the giveaway question. You can type your answers in the chat. Here's your question. I hope you are listening keenly. What are the 2 NCB business products that allow businesses to manage cash flow? What are the 2 NCB business products that allow businesses to manage cash flow? Answer that question in the chat. I'm going to give you some ambiance music while you think about your answers. What are the 2 NCB business products that allow businesses to manage cash? And you can, it's one answer. They're going to be accepting just one answer. So just give us one NCB business product that allows businesses to manage cash. And Jerome just mentioned about 6 of them. So I see people saying credit card. I think you need to be a bit more specific than just credit card because he mentioned several business credit cards, right? I think we want the answer to be a bit more specific. Give me an NCB business product that allows businesses to manage cash flow. And I'm going to have our moderator choose the winner because I see some answers coming in the chat. Moderator, just let me know when you have found the right answer. What is it? Let me give you your Jeopardy music. So far, we're still not seeing the answer. Not seeing the answer just yet. Let me repeat the question. What or name an NCB business product that allows businesses to manage cash flow? Name an NCB business product that allows businesses to manage cash flow. Are we seeing any answers now? Somebody wants to know questions in the meantime? Okay, sure. I'll take another question in the meantime, and I do see a couple more here while our moderators see if they can find the answer. So last question comes from anonymous attendee. Is NCB miles tied to one airline like other credit and reward programs?
So no, our miles platform is one such that your miles can be redeemed on any airline, any hotel, you don't even have to use the miles for travel. You, as I mentioned before, you're able to download a virtual card loaded with your miles in the form of cash, where you can put that virtual card on any e-commerce website. I mentioned Seven Crave, I mentioned your Apple Play Store, your Amazon, your Walmart, any e-commerce website where they have a wallet, you can put your virtual card in your wallet and you can spend. But for the purpose of travel, you can buy the points, buy your airlines through the NCB Miles app directly, or you can use the virtual card to purchase these miles app on any of your travel websites, your Expedia, your Kayak, your Travelocity, any one of these sites. So the miles can be used for any airline, any hotel, any cruise, any car rental company, anything that's related to travel.
Love that. Can I apply online?
Yes, you can. I'm glad you asked that. So how to get started? You can apply online at jncb.com/businesscards, or you can apply to any branch of NCB. any branch right across the island, talk to any one of our business bankers, or you can reach out to the Payment and Digital Channels Division. We have sales agents that will come to your business and sit with you to help you to get started. But you can go ahead and start the process online, submit all your documents, and an agent will get in touch with you as soon as possible.
Okay, still no right answer, moderator? I see a lot of questions coming in. Should I change the question? Stephen, sir, behind the scenes, should I change the question to, so he's given me another question. All right, we're changing the question. That one looked like that one was too hard, but we had several that you could have chosen from: NCB FlexiPay Biz, NCB Balance Transfer Biz, or FlexiPay Biz. Those were the answers. You could have chosen any of them, but we're changing the question. So here's our new question. And this one you definitely know the answer to because several people already wrote it. Which NCB credit card has the rewards of NCB miles? Easy question. Which NCB credit card has the rewards of NCB miles? Easy, easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. I see some answers. Let me know. All right, we have a winner. And our winner for this is Davian Grant. Congratulations, Davian Grant. The answer is NCB Visa Platinum Business. Round of applause. Come help me clap, Jerome. Clap, Davian. Hey, congratulations. NCB Visa Platinum Business is the answer. All right, are we ready for that survey? So we have a feedback survey that we'd like you to take. Are we ready to do the feedback survey? I think it's going to pop up on your screen. Yes, here we go. Take our feedback survey, NCB Business Taxes post-webinar poll. Just give us some ratings. Let us know how we did. Very quick survey, 3 questions. How would you rate the overall quality of the webinar, considering factors such as content, presentation, and technical aspects on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being poor and 5 being excellent? Did the webinar provide valuable and relevant information related to the topic on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being poor and 5 being excellent? And finally, how likely are you to recommend this webinar to a friend or a colleague? Very likely, likely, neutral, unlikely, very unlikely. Those are your options. So I see somebody asking, how can we reach out to the accountant? She did post her contact information in the chat earlier, but maybe, Odisha, you can put that again, because it may have gotten lost amongst all the answers to the giveaway question just now. But if you scroll up, you can find it. All right, here we go. It's in the chat now. Mid-Island Corporate Services, Shop 8A, Leaders Plaza, Mandeville, Manchester. Telephone number 876-961-8513. You can also reach them via WhatsApp at 876-995-4199. And their email address is info@midislandco.com. So that's how you can reach them. I hope you guys learned a lot from this webinar. I hope you reach out to the relevant authorities, reach out to TAJ, get compliant if you aren't already, reach out to Mid-Island, apply for your NCB Business Credit Card, Visa as well, and take advantage of all the benefits of using a business credit card to pay your taxes. Come into compliance, you're going to have up to 55 days to pay when you use interest-free when you use that credit card, and you also get to manage your cash flow as well if you're running into any difficulties, because you know cash flow is king whenever you are in business. That brings us to the end of this evening's webinar. I don't see any housekeeping matters in the chat, so I want to thank everybody for joining us today. Thank you to all our presenters and panelists, to all the organizers, and to you, of course, for joining us. Janelle saying thanks for the informative session. Thank you for attending. And of course, you can always watch the replay. It is on NCB's YouTube channel. If there's something that you missed, go right ahead, go right over to NCB. As a matter of fact, let me put the link in the chat right now. Just go to NCB's YouTube channel, putting in the link in the chat. You can watch it at your leisure. If there was a part that stuck out and you wanted to get that information again, go to NCB's YouTube channel, share the video with a friend, subscribe to their channel, like the video. Any other business owner you know who needs this information, just send it over to them. Let them know. Thanks again for joining us. My name's Kalila Reynolds. It was my pleasure being your host this evening. Do have a wonderful Wednesday.